Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, we were down here running errands for Ellen here. And we had just brought her a barrel of swords. She was asking us to run over to the arsenal over there at Ordwald shop. And grab a barrel of armor and bring it back. And that's what we are going to do now as well. And he's got the little place right over here, the little smithy and forge area just on the other side of the little river here in Underharrow. And I know there are some... Phil, I've been busy this last week here. Last 4 days with work and all, and I read your little pronunciation advice you gave me. Haven't responded to it yet and can't remember what you were saying. It was about I think maybe about, I can't remember now. So sorry. Red text will put it across the bottom here. Something about, because I know there's something about her name. Maybe it was a tribute to something. I can't remember. I'll have to put it across here as well.
The Lady of Harrowdale has had folk carrying off barrels of my work all morning.
You are here for another barrel of my work. If you can lift it, bring a barrel of my armor back to the Lady of Harrowdale. She's had folk carrying off barrels of my work all morning. Okay, where's the armor at then? There we go. Barrel of armor. What's it says? Ordwald has filled this barrel with armor for the use of Ellen Fremedon's people. Now you're going to have the barrel. Yes, you are. Okay, Standing Stone. Give me some barrels to carry. I want the barrel carrying emote. I want to travel all over Middle Earth carrying stuff. I want to carry pies. I want to carry mail bags. I want to carry barrels. I want to carry ice blocks. I just want to truck it all over this great land of ours carrying stuff. And I'm not being facetious. I'm not trying to be sarcastic and commenting on the fetch quest here, the FedEx quest. I'm talking about, yeah, I would seriously love to walk through Minas Tirith carrying a barrel of armor. Just to see the NPC's reactions. It'd be so sweet. Okay, let's see if we can get this off. Is this going to finish up chapter 1 for us? We'll bring this back up here to Miss Ellen. And boom, set down the barrel of armor beside some others. Apparently not. Pick up a barrel of spears from the outside of his shop. Okay, tell you what we're going to do. Let's ride our steed of the burglar over there. We'll make at least part of this journey a little quicker. And we see when we come back out of the little covered bridge here, we head off at a 45-degree angle and get right back to her. I've got a number of things I'm hoping to get to today. A barrel of spears. Fill this barrel with spears for the use of...
The Lady of Harrowdale has had folk carrying off barrels of my work all morning.
Okay. Use of Ellen Fremedon's peoples. Narrow a barrel of spears. Oh, that one's the good one. I don't know which one I'd rather have, the spears or the swords. The spears look more ridiculous, but the swords sit there and shift around in the barrel quite nicely. I think I'd be torn between the two. Now, back up the little rise. Is that going to be it? I couldn't see if there was anything else over there that we might have to bring back. I don't think the weapon and the hall master there would have us bringing back saddles for us. Okay, we'll put the spears beside the others.
I see the question in your eyes.
I see the question in your eyes, Gnarlo. Why have you toiled in bringing these barrels here? Why does the sweat so sting your eyes? What good has it done to carry these weapons and armor to me where they will stay? The Lady of Harrowdale's eyes are angry embers as she springs her trap. It has done no good, Gnarlo. By gift of birth, Eowyn commands some little measure of respect, and I give it to her. But she has sent only trouble to Harrowdale. Do you see these swords and spears? Do you see this armor? She has sent to me townsfolk and children, the aged and the infirm. She has sent no warriors. She has sent no one to wield the bright blade or brandish the sharp spear. The folk will die just as easily here as at Eras. There is no purpose to this migration. If my husband falls and those who ride with the king are defeated, there is no safety in all of Rohan. That is the cause of my reproach, Gnarlo. Eowyn plays at war, as she always has, but there are women in Rohan who truly know what is at stake. I am one of them.
Enough words. I've spoken plainly and I've nothing more to say.
All right. Book 12, Chapter 2, Too Near to Underharrow. Enough words. I've spoken plainly and I have nothing more to say. Talk to Horn at the entrance to Underharrow. Okay. Let's see.
I have nothing more to say to you.
There are too many people here and on their way to waste breath on trivial matters. All right. Glad we didn't mount up on that milestone there. So we need to head back out, talk to Horn, get Chapter 2 rolling on along here. Do remember him standing over here by the horses. Hello, Horn.
I did not think to find Ellen Fremedon so cold. We should aid her, if we can.
I did not think to find Ellen Fremedon so cold, Gnarlo. No one save the forces of Saruman are to blame for the unenviable situation in which we find ourselves, but I understand her frustration. We should aid her if we can. I spoke with some of the folk of Underharrow while you were recovering equipment from the blacksmith, and they told me a group of orcs and wargs have threatened the peace of Dunharrow. The townsfolk have been used to these folks lurking in the mountains, but of late they have journeyed too near to the towns for comfort. Dealing with these creatures will allow us to send two messages, one no less important than the other. The first will serve as warning to the orcs that Harrowdale is not theirs for the taking. The second message is for Ellen Fremedon, telling her that she does not stand alone. Her worries are ours, and she need not give up the hope of survival. Let us defeat orcs and wargs in Harrowdale, Gnarlo, collecting tokens from each, so we may send these two messages. I also wish to see the dark door of Dunharrow. I will meet you near it, for only few will speak of it, and then only in whispers. It fills me with curiosity. So collect orc sigils, collect warg teeth, 6 of each, and then talk to Horn at the dark door in Dunharrow. That we can definitely do. So we are fixing to lose Horn now. In the meantime, we need to go out here into Harrowdale. How much of this is Harrowdale? Probably just about any of this area, I would imagine. And let's see if we can hunt some orc. Hunt some orc and hunt some wargs. And just that warg teeth is making me think that we are going to have to mount up again. Did we see any, it's been a little while, did we see any orcs on foot when we were in these parts? Let's get on our steed of Mickledell. I don't remember if we saw any. Yes, we did. There we go. We did see. There's a harrowing warg. A harrowing ward in Harrowdale. That'll work. Let's stealth up. We're going to do this Hobbit burglar style. We're going to stealth up. We're going to get up close to him. We're going to see if we can pickpocket anything. Ineffective against that target. What, you mean you don't got nothing we can pickpocket? Guarantee you he'll drop they drop swords and stuff, so what the heck? Alright, get up behind him. Let's find his weakness. Let's distract him. And then let's stab him in the butt. Boom. How come we took so much damage? Dang! That didn't seem right. That wasn't fair. Alright, New deed. Warg Slayer of the West Eminent. Let's see what our new deed is. We got a bunch of items that we need to level up as well. A bunch of our legendaries that we need to reforge. We need to kill 100 wargs in the West Eminent to get the Warg Slayer. So we will definitely see a lot of... We'll see what we'll be spending a lot of time on Narbonne and Nomadan doing. I'm predicting about 2028, maybe? Whenever they make it up to these parts. And have set out to do all of the quests. Let's see, that horse just kind of moseying along in the background. Rohan horses, even in the wild, Rohan horses ain't scared of no wargs running around, are they? Good. Googly moogly! Dang! I'm forgetting. Oh, yes, indeed. Let's try and remember that. I have forgotten that we have caught up with quests that are like the same. We've caught back up to the quest line here and are fighting things that are about the same level we are. So I've got to be a little bit more careful here. All right, you see what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be hunting orc and hunting wargs. So I'm going to continue along with that. Once we've got the necessary trophies, yeah, let's remember that these things are the same level we are, level 86. Once I've got the necessary trophies, I'm going to go and find Horn at the Dark Door, and I will see y'all then. Folks, we are coming back up into Underharrow again. We have collected all the warg's teeth that we needed for Chapter 2 here. There's quite a few of them there. But we didn't find any orcs. Let's see. Yep, Horn is gone, so Horn will be meeting us at the Dark Door. We didn't collect any. We've been searching all here, any further up that way. You know, we even went into the forest back into the valley here, and there are no orcs in this area. You go any further than this valley and you run into Edoras. And all the cliff sides here are too sharp, they're too high to cross over and get into that area. So I'm figuring we must be needing to head further south. Go on up the road, pass through Underharrow, and, well, maybe across that bridge. We couldn't cross over there. Maybe there's some orcs over there. I've searched everywhere else. Let's cross the bridge back over to where the blacksmith and his foundry is over here. And let's check in these woods behind him and see if we find any orcs up in there. Let's hunt some orc. Because we haven't found any anywhere else. Horn is definitely out of our range now. He's as y'all see, no longer there at Underharrow. Underharrow is no longer... Yep, there you go. What is that? A Rashat High Lurker. Man, are you going to count? Yes, you will count. Collect orc sigils, so that will count for us. Let's see how many are up in this direction. He is a yellow one too, so let's be careful. Any others? It looks like they're all yellow. Can I find any that are off on their own? Are you the only one that's off on your own here? Because I would prefer not to have to find out where the rally point is by... Find it out where the rally point is the hard way. I think we saw it on the other side of town there. Let's distract you. And then let's come up here and stab you in the butt. Whoa, look at these guys. Y'all heard me mention many a time about how I enjoy how they make all the different foes we have to face look different. It's not just the same generic orc over and over again. Wow, they done a job with these guys. Orc Slayer of the West Emnet. Okay. Collected orc sigils in Harrowdale. I'm gonna come here. I'm surprised there's not a cave or something there. It looks like they've definitely left an area where there should be one, in case they wanted it to extend it on that way. Okay, let's take a quick look and see what we have. Skull of the Boar sigil. This sigil has been carved from bone into the shape of a boar skull. Okay, so that's what we got. And sharpened ward teeth. Ward teeth are naturally sharp. This one has been sharpened more than usual by some implement. Okay, let's go further up. Let's see, we have rejuvenation potions. I'm going to eat some Delmin's crams. If we're going to be fighting stuff that is our level and higher, by God, let's get some food in our system. Let's get some regeneration going here. Another thing I need to do that I haven't done is I definitely also need to spend points on my legendary item. I haven't done that either. My legendary item is just trucking on along here, essentially just as its basic thing. The last few times the legendaries have been reset, I have not spent the time and effort to go and get them redone, get them reforged and put the points back on them, obviously. So that is a problem as well. I need to do that. That will have to be done before the next episode. Wow, I like that. I like that. That is just creepy. Well done. Whoops. Yeah, you can't distract them if I'm not in hiding, can I? Okay, we're going to keep fighting these suckers off. I'm glad that I found that this and that both trigger my second tier ability there. So while one is restoring itself, hopefully, usually the other one will be recharging. Okay, that's 3. I am going to continue hunting for orc sigils. I'll see y'all when we have finally finished with that, and we are going on out to see what's up with Mr. Horn there. So just a few minutes here. We've defeated all the orcs we needed to get. We just kept killing those 3 over and over there again. There may be some more somewhere. Maybe some more, you know, tucked in little pockets and all, but I do remember that little East Emnet. Was it the East Emnet? Where we had the ones where it's like, go and kill these particular mounted orcs. The ones that were on wargs, and they all just happened to be on that one little farm field. There was that one little farm field way down there, and the bottom corner was the only place that the ones that you were needing spawn. So, since I found some, I wasn't going to waste my time looking on around. I'm just happy that I logged in and it's not raining on us, you know? So, let's head on up the hill, literally, and see if we can get to Underharrow and find that door. I'm not going to go full blast on up this hill, because up this path, because this is an area we haven't traveled to before, and I don't know when we're going to have a travelog entry pop up on us, like this big old camp we're coming up on here. Is it possible that we're going to have yet another you have found blah blah blah? Wow, tell you what, let's just mount for a second just so that we can travel around on foot a little bit and see what this place is. Okay. Shields, men, this must be the big camp of forces. I wonder whose this one is. Anything on here? Yep, we're heading on up to Underharrow. Let's turn on all the map notes, select all of them, because I wanted to see, what do we got here? Forge and Relic Master. Okay. Well, I got a number of things that need reforging, so let's see if we can find them. Looks like they were off in this direction. Quite the camp here. So we heading the right way? It looks like we need to go kind of that way to find the Forge and Relic Master. Bunch of people enjoying a barbecue. They're all tailgating before the big match later on. They better enjoy it while they can, because it is going to be quite the big match, isn't it? Now, looks like we need to go this way. So maybe here in the central area. You know, like, for instance, where the road would have led us if we just followed on along with the road. Yes, but we wouldn't have seen all that pretty stuff. We wouldn't have gotten to see all the men camping in their little fires out there in the middle of the camp. So we do Forge and Relic Master. We'll visit them right quick. I have got a bunch of
Welcome,
stuff
my friend.
to be reforged. Thank you. Reforge the Burglars Club of the Second Age. That's the one we got here. Yes, it's the one that is... I'm using the level 75. This is the level 85. So I'll actually be able to use it and move on up now. Let's reforge the item. Cost 115 silver. Wow. Yowzers. Subtle stab, critical damage. I like throwing some more crit. Add a new level. What else have we got? Reforged Burglar's Tools. We are using a level 75, and this is a level 85. So yes, next time y'all see us, we will have upgraded our legendaries as well. We'll be using the 85 tier instead of the 75 tier. And thank you so much. Let's see, where do I want to go? The surprise strike damage, sure. There we are. And then some of the also rans that we just need to keep leveling up and get the eventually breakdown for... Is this a level 85, 78, 85? Yep, we need to upgrade our bridle as well. Start using the second age bridle. So see, it's what I said. We had a, whoops, let's see, 112 maximum war speed, endurance, or skill direct damage. I'm gonna go for endurance because I don't like getting knocked off my horse that much. Excellent, good. So has that got all of my legendaries? Let's go there. Are they all at the point where they're either maxed out? Max. That one's earning, that one's earning, that one's maxed. That one needs to be, what's that? Reforge. You must reforge this item before you can advance it any further. What is that? Burglar's Mace of the Third Age? Can I actually reforge that one? It wasn't showing me anymore to reforge. Whoops, not relics, not relics. I'm not ready to get in.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
I'm glad my aid is
Greetings,
welcome,
friend of the
I'm not
raid.
ready to get into the headache that is all of that blasted. Reforge it. The headache that is all that blasted relic stuff. No items available to reforge. Are we sure? If I go back to the forge, that's
Your
it?
aid is welcome, friend.
Nothing to identify, nothing to reforge. How about we look on your relics?
Welcome, my friend.
Any relic packs that need to be deconstructed? Tools? Nope, just items. Doesn't look like any actual relic packs or anything, so... Okay, good. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Got rid of some of this heavy money that we're carrying along, too. Isn't that nice? Okay, so it looks like this is the path on up into Underharrow. And once we get to the top, we'll be able to look down and hopefully see the camp below us. Let's see. Okay, going into... Ooh, now that is a very... Was it Pukelmen? Is that how they... What they called them? These figures here? Remember they said at every turn there was these ancient carvings of people that I think the Rohirrim called them Pukelmen, these statues here. I remember that in the book, but this is intriguing. I never thought of them as being this large. I thought of them as being like regular statue size, maybe 10, 12 feet tall or something like that. I never thought they would be these gigantic figures, like almost Easter Island like figures, carved into the very stone of the walls. I think if y'all remember the path that leads up to when you're in the north, southeast, westernmost part of the Misty Mountains, when you're heading up to the raid instance that takes you up, you go in and you go to the raid instance that takes you to go fight the undead dragon. I cannot remember the name of it. It's been a long time. But those statues, if you remember, you go up a winding path back and forth, and there's a platform with like a marker on each side of it. That's what I've always pictured in my mind with these statues of if I'm saying right, the Pukul men, if I can remember that correctly. I never anticipated them being these huge things basically carved out of the living mountainside itself. Well done. I like y'all's interpretation of it. Quite well done. I am going to mount up on Steed of Michael Delving so we can once again have our little lantern lit up here. Let's see, is it going to light up in a second? The little moss, there we go, light up with the little moss swirling around it. Still my favorite steed of all time, and I'll ride it as often as I can. And we'll continue on up the path. Yeah, look down and see the camp down below us. Continue on up until we find Horn. And find the dark door as well. Ooh, that one looks a little worse for wear here. A little bit more worn and moss-ridden and cracked up. This one doesn't look quite as carven out as the others are. Only the upper part of the body, not the lower section too, so. Glad to see a little bit of, glad to see some variety in them as well. They are just not entirely the same figure and over and over and over again. There's a little bit of variety. We saw the worn and cracked one downstairs. Down a couple of loops ago. It looks like we are slowly coming to the end. There's another worn out one. Okay. So let's sit here on this loop, look down. This is probably the last place we will get to see the encampment down there. Impressive it is. Impressive it is. Hopefully enough people for a final defense should that become necessary. Oh, and such a beautiful moon. This is the first time we have discovered Underharrow. This is the first time I can remember seeing the moon in phases. The first time it's not been a full moon. First time I've taken great notice of it anyway. Alright, let's do a travelogue entry about Underharrow here right quick. And when we get that out of the way, we'll ride on in and see if we can find Horn. I imagine the dark door is right over there, so we'll be right with you. Alright, Underharrow is just like those Underharrow and all. It did not have an actual detailed entry, which is extremely disappointing. I can say as much as I've admired the graphical work they've done on the areas and everything. I loved how much I loved Edoras, how much I loved the carvings there as we came on up. I do not like how they got lazy on the descriptions whenever you would get deeds and new places and all to discover. I do not like that they have apparently been doing a little backsliding there and not giving us a beautiful. Think of Nomadan just a few episodes ago when he was in the Old Forest, and those entire entries they did, the 6 flowers that you had to wander around, and the huge entries, 2 paragraphs, 2 big paragraphs on each flower, and the ent wife that it was named after and all that. And now we got someplace as important as Underharrow, and y'all can't even give us a sentence to give us a little flavor text and back history on it. That's disappointing, I will say. Alright, let's continue on between all these carbon or placed lintels. Bluestone type things here. I won't say that they were actually carved, but they definitely placed along this path by whoever I would imagine the folk of Gonbury Gone, maybe? Once again, I've said I need to read the books again. It has been, I'm overdue for a new reading of the books. So I have got to get around to that. Let's continue on up to the dark door, see what we find up here. And I may mount up again now that I have passed through that area. If we do run across yet another, I'm sure the dark door will pop up. Will probably be the Underharrow. There was in Kingstead exploration. And that was one of the ones where... Ooh, I wonder if these are Rashite High. I bet they would. They were Rashite High down there. So these warriors, these orcs probably count for some if we came on up here. Ooh, remember that. I do remember that from the books where it said it came up and there was a rock with carvings on it that had just about faded out to time and nobody could really tell what they were any longer. I do remember that one. You've discovered Dimholt. Okay. And let's go ahead and pull up our deeds. Krebine Slayer, I got that one while I was hunting the wargs. There's orcs and all that. We are looking at Kingstead. Dimholt is there, right? Yep. And see, it does not have a flavor text. I'm very disappointed. Okay, Dimholt. We've seen Dimholt here. And all the area on past it. You'll notice how cloudy and gloomy it's gotten as we continue on through Dimholt into the area with the actual door and the shades that lie beyond it. Past that warrior. Don't remember them having to fight their way past warriors, though. Ooh. To get up here. In either the movie, you've discovered the dark door. Wow. Getting some dread from the door? We definitely are. This is... Once again, I love the graphical stuff they've done. This is quite nice. Getting here in Dimholt, the dark door. It reminds me of the stuff in Moria. On a smaller scale, but the stuff from Moria that was quite atmospheric for the time. Dread of one. You have a vague sense of anxiety. That may be Gnarlo that has the vague sense of anxiety. I've got a good deal more than he does. Let us speak to Horn here, and I think this is where we will call this an end.
That is the dark door, and beyond are the paths where the dead are said to walk.
My heart is heavy with dread, but so too it is filled with a sense of wonder. That is the dark door, Gnarlo, and beyond are the paths where the dead are said to walk. You know the story of Isildur and the men of the mountain, and better even than I, for you have journeyed with the Dunedain. Aragorn is the first of that line I have met, and then, only briefly. He strikes me as a most unusual man. We were not long in Edoras together, but I did mark him to be skilled with words. Perhaps in times of peace he could delight the ear with tales of his people, and may yet before all is done. I would ask for a different tale than that which concerns Isildur and the Oathbreakers, perhaps something with joy in it. For now, let us move away from the dark door. I am glad to have seen it, but I will be gladder still to leave it behind us. Indeed. Seeing the dark door is a lot like seeing the wall up in the north, I would suppose, in A Tale of Fire and Ice. Seeing that in the Game of Thrones, it's a nice place to come and visit and say you have seen it, but now having seen it, I'm very happy to leave it behind once more. Okay, so we are going to bring those down to Ellen Fremedon. So where is she going to be? She's still back down. Yep, she's back down in Underharrow. So we will have to travel back to Underharrow to do that. That is easy enough said than done. We will call it an episode here. We have run just slightly over, so while we're standing here in the gloom of the dark door, we are going to smoke a pipe with Horn. And I would thank y'all for coming along. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.